was. Here are all people.
Oh my! Did you hear this? I just saw this right before I.
I've seen everyone sharing it, and I know he is praising Hitler or something like that because I could tell from the descriptions. But no, I haven't seen it.
This guy's in London. This is the UK. What he's saying here is actually
criminal. Surrounded by a bunch of British people who think they're on the same side.
By a bunch of British white people. Let's look at this.
If the West feels so sorry for the Israeli Zionists, why don't they give a place in Germany? Why don't you go to Hitler's back garden and make an occupation there? Then they will know what kind of people these are. Why every so many 100 years the Zionists get slaughtered? Because Hitler knew how to deal with these people. They probably made a program so they can create a state of Israel in the expense of Palestinian Muslims' blood.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
Hitler knew these people. That's why he slaughtered them. That's why they get slaughtered every now and then. This guy is in the UK. Is in London. The things he said right now are not. He's not allowed to say these things in the UK. Mm-hmm. This is a criminal offense. So
what's crazy is if you press this guy and started asking him more questions, like, hey, what are your long-term plans of your community here for the? We're gonna keep multiplying until we take it over and subjugate them and enslave their wives and make them our sex slaves, and we slaughter all the men and enslave their children.
Like, that's the irony. Look, it sounds very problematic when you go into it, but people, especially the Islamist kind of people, they say that they share these conspiracy theories about the Jews, which the Nazis had, which Hitler had. Hitler, for example, rationalized his whole genocide of Jews by saying that there is a greater conspiracy by which the Jews are trying to take over all of Europe and basically, like enslave the European white people and undermine society and overthrow everything that is good, which is why he justified deporting them and then in the end slaughtering them. These guys seemingly agree with that. But the irony of all of that is that these same guys who do agree with that are the ones who actually believe and openly say that they want to undermine this society and change it fundamentally, overthrow things, and impose their own values. So,
yeah, and that's why I've mentioned this before, but Douglas Murray said in his interview on trigonometry, he quoted someone else who said, "Tell me what you're accusing the Jews of, and I'll tell you what you're actually doing." Mm-hmm. And it's like people keep accusing the Jews, but notice it's Muslims accusing Jews of moving into a territory, multiplying and taking it over and forcing everyone out.
Yeah.
Which is how Islam has operated for 14 centuries. I mean, that's the story of Medina. That's how far back this goes.
It is. And you know what's very funny? I'm not sure if I find it funny, but it's funny. Look at this, for example. Look at this graph here by Statista. You see the growth of population in the Palestinian territories. Here is the blue one is Israel. The green one is Palestinian population. It just steadily continues going up higher and higher and higher. But we are told today, right now, that Israel has been genociding the Palestinians for decades. Does this look like genociding to anybody?
Yeah, their population has quintupled, and you got a slam dunk case for Israelis being the worst genociders of all time.
Terrible people, a horrible job at doing a genocide, completely incompetent, can't trust them at all. Like, how can you be so bad at something? You don't want to see what genocide actually looks like. If you look at graphs, this is what genocide actually looks like. This is the population of Rwanda. This is what happened. This is what happened to the population during the genocide in Rwanda. It goes up and then suddenly...
What caused it to drop? Oh, the 1994 genocide. All right.
Oh, yeah. That's what genocide really looks like. Not this. Anyway. But enough talk about genocide. Let's come to Douglas Murray and